GM and Ford can't sell EVs. They're shutting down production, firing thousands of workers, and could even close their doors forever. Yes, you heard me right. More than $5 billion in losses, firing more than 1,000 workers in a single week. We could be looking at the biggest automotive car crash of the century. But why are Ford and GM not able to sell EVs? Are those EVs a scam? In this video, I'm going to tell you about the crisis happening at Ford and GM, and why buying an EV might be a big mistake right now. General Motors is about to close its doors, and you might be shocked to know that their own CEO is killing the company. But before I tell you about that controversy, let's see how the #1 American brand, Ford, is handling the EV race. Here's something I never thought I'd say. Ford is losing $36,000 on every EV they sell right now. Imagine selling something and losing more than the price of a brand new car on each sale. That's pretty crazy, right? The situation got so bad that Ford's electric vehicle division reported an operating loss of $1.3 billion in just one quarter. That's even worse than the previous quarter, where they lost $1.1 billion, and compared to last year, it's more than double the loss. You can practically hear the alarms going off in Ford's headquarters. The current predicament for Ford is multifaceted. The company attributes its struggles to continuous investments in electric vehicle development and challenging market dynamics. Essentially, Ford is heavily investing in the production of advanced electric cars, yet the sales aren't keeping pace with these investments. Additionally, a significant number of North American consumers are hesitant to pay premium prices for luxury electric vehicles, preferring gasoline or hybrid options instead. This consumer trend raises questions about the long-term viability of EVs, which I'll explore more shortly. The situation at Ford is further complicated by issues with their F-150 Lightning. This electric truck, initially hailed as a groundbreaking innovation, has hit a major roadblock with halted production. CEO Jim Farley is reframing Ford's narrative, urging stakeholders to view the company as a startup and to overlook the substantial losses they're incurring. Turning to General Motors, their circumstances appear even more dire. The company has had to lay off over 1,000 employees in a single week amidst other serious concerns, including safety issues with their vehicles and mounting losses in the EV sector. GM's CEO, Mary Barra, is facing intense scrutiny as her decisions have come under fire. The company is grappling with declining EV sales and challenges with their autonomous vehicle division, Cruise, indicating a period of significant upheaval and uncertainty. In the midst of these challenges, Mary Barra, CEO of General Motors, has made some bold statements. She has publicly declared that GM will not reduce their electric vehicle prices, arguing that EVs priced under $30,000 would not be profitable. This decision essentially steers GM towards focusing exclusively on luxury EVs, sidelining the average consumer. Adding to this, GM's ambitious goal to produce 400,000 EVs by mid-2024 is now in jeopardy. The primary reason? A lack of sufficient demand for their electric vehicles. Despite a 40% increase in EV production in the third quarter of 2023, their sales only saw a 28% growth. This disparity raises concerns, especially as GM has delayed the production of key electric trucks, such as the Chevy Silverado EV and the GMC Sierra EV, pushing their launch from 2024 to late 2025. This delay signals a significant cautionary tale for the industry. GM is also making tough financial decisions. They're considering reducing expenditures, delaying factory openings, and possibly conducting stock buybacks to appease shareholders. A major point of concern for GM is their autonomous vehicle unit, Cruise. Initially touted as a groundbreaking venture, Cruise has encountered severe setbacks following an incident where a driverless vehicle was involved in a fatal accident with a pedestrian. This has led to a suspension of all Cruise operations, the resignation of key executives, and impending layoffs within the unit. Additionally, GM's financial woes are compounded by the ongoing United Auto Workers strike, which has already cost them $800 million and continues to impact their bottom line. Ford's CEO, Jim Farley, has revealed an unexpected trend. Nearly half of EV buyers are now trading their electric vehicles for hybrids. In a twist of consumer preference, people are shifting back to gasoline and hybrid cars. The popularity of hybrids was evident in 2023, with models like the Toyota Prius leading the market, accounting for 88.3% of U.S. car sales, overshadowing the 6.9% share of EVs. The preference for hybrids can be attributed to their affordability and the absence of charging complications, with the average hybrid priced significantly lower than electric vehicles. Ford dealers experienced a drastic change in the sale of the Mach-E. While 86.4% of their Mach-E inventory was sold within 30 days previously, by 2023, this figure dropped to just 27.7%, despite having more inventory. The Mach-E's sales plummeted by 90% year over year, a stark contrast from selling 10,941 vehicles to a mere 633. Eric Merkel, Ford's head of U.S. sales analysis, acknowledges the overall increase in EV sales, but also admits the growing issue of unsold Mach-E models lingering in dealerships. The F-150 Lightning is facing a similar downturn. Last year, 70% of Lightning inventory was sold within 30 days. This year, that percentage has halved to just 35%. Initially, there was significant enthusiasm for this electric truck, but it seems consumer interest has cooled significantly. Ford's ambitious goal is to manufacture 600,000 electric vehicles this year, but it's projected to come at a steep cost, an anticipated loss of at least $3 billion. The situation grows more complex as Ford requires its dealers to invest a hefty sum, around $1 million, to become certified to sell these cutting-edge but seemingly unprofitable EVs. Dealers investing such significant amounts are now facing the reality of these vehicles remaining unsold in showrooms. Complications arise from a disconnect between production and consumer preferences. Some Ford dealers, particularly on the East Coast, have expressed that the company's production doesn't align with customer demands. Buyers are looking for affordable EVs with a range exceeding 300 miles, free from excessive tech gimmicks, a need that current models aren't meeting. Consequently, Ford and GM dealers are struggling with excess inventory of models like the Lightnings and Mach-E's, to the point where they are declining further shipments from Ford, a scenario akin to turning down a lucrative opportunity. This issue isn't just a temporary setback for Ford, but reflects a broader challenge within the EV market. Even Tesla, a leader in the EV industry, is having to reduce prices and offer promotions to clear their inventory. Surprisingly, the regions with historically high EV sales are now experiencing the slowest growth. Adding to the complexity, Ford's much-touted 200,000 Lightning reservations have largely remained unfulfilled, with about 70% of these orders still pending. There's uncertainty whether the demand will persist by the time these vehicles are available for purchase. Ford's November sales figures paint a bleak picture. Overall, sales have declined by 5% compared to the previous year. Although EV sales reached record highs, they represent a small fraction of the company's total sales, predominantly dominated by gasoline-powered vehicles. Ford's traditionally strong segments like pickup trucks and SUVs are also suffering. The financial strain has led Ford to curtail its EV investments, cutting $2 billion from planned expenditures. This includes downsizing a battery plant in Michigan and postponing another plant's production in Kentucky. Ironically, while Ford's EVs are struggling to gain traction, their internal combustion engine vehicles remain the company's mainstay. It's a scenario where the excitement for the future of automotive technology coexists with the reliance on traditional models. Additionally, the human cost of these changes is significant. The UAW strike at Ford plants not only disrupted production, but also resulted in temporary layoffs and considerable uncertainty for the workers. The strike's aftermath left a substantial $1.7 billion impact on Ford's financial results. Similar to the situation at General Motors, Ford's new labor agreement, while advantageous for the workforce, has added approximately $900 to the cost of each vehicle. This increase in costs is a difficult challenge for a company already navigating financial difficulties. The essential question here is, what's the underlying message? Ford, GM, and many other car manufacturers are facing tough lessons in their shift towards electric vehicles. This transition is proving to be far from straightforward. The Biden administration's role can be likened to a coach advocating for a new strategy with stringent emissions regulations. The government's target is ambitious. By 2032, they aim for 67% of all new cars sold to be electric. However, this raises a critical question. Should automakers prioritize political directives over customer preferences? Is the push towards electric vehicles misguided? I invite your thoughts and opinions on this matter. Please share your views in the comments below. If you're interested in understanding the potential upheavals in the EV market, I recommend you to subscribe to this channel because I'm going to share some surprising video revealing insights into what the future may hold for electric vehicles.